Never mind me here, just looking at a picture of this angsty gentleman. Let's see, what was I had a train of thought. Somewhere in here. It was something about the fact that I have talked about a free character that every one of you who plays through Full Metal Alchemist will have access to.
Elric will be the free character, as was shown off at the end of the trailer. He will be a wind elemental character and a brand new vision card. And now you've seen 3 vision cards, and one of the vision cards will also be free, probably relating to Alphonse and whatever his job types are.
Hello Internet, I'm Jackie Fox, and sometimes as a content creator you make a mistake. I made a mistake about Full Metal Alchemist. One of the VCs is free, it is not the VC that I thought it was, and...
Great, it works with multiple elements. This is a truly great vision card that is not free. You do have to pull for this one.
Oops, I guess I missed that and assumed that it was the free card because the free card is usually the first one out, and the second card came out just a little bit after. This is actually really good news for this video, and I'm not going to discuss them being free in this video because of it, because in the original video I said the wrong one was free. But this being a raid VC means not only do you get to pull it for free, you also get its shards for free. So it is very free. You are still, just so we're clear, saving up for a card, Strike players, for Full Metal Alchemist. It's just not the one that I previously told you it was, and also it does happen to be freer than I said it was. For more...
We'll go back up. We got those titles down there you kind of saw, but here's the other thing. This vision card is accessible from playing the actual event.
Okay, so that's really the edit. Let's get into the video.
So, good news for, I guess, whatever it is. Anyway, let's get into it. So, Edward first. That feels like a good place to start. You can get an interesting little view of Edward's limit burst right here. And I have to say, the characters look really, really cool.
Sounds good.
Alright, and then after that, I will show you skin on your pool.
Okay. The vision card. Oh, no, we just saw it.
And
Yeah.
I will open your skin and then... Okay, I get the guarantee regularly and random you are, which doesn't help.
Right. He's really short. Guys, Edward Elric is freaking short, you guys.
You didn't drink your milk.
Why should I? I hate it.
You're going to be small and stuffing forever if you keep using that stupid excuse! Shut up! I don't have to drink it if I don't wanna!
Like, the moment he walks into the summon screen, I'm like, man, he looks super short.
That doesn't mean you can build this guy. He's not going to be completely free in the way that I just described Lucio, but I do think he's worth looking at. Unfortunately, his TMR is cloth. It gives regen and 25 single target resistance while regen is active, which is only going to be the 3 turns. So, that's not even a very good buff, and it's on a cloth. I mean, I guess it has some agility on it. It does have some supporting defense. Usually you only get one of these 2 stats and some accuracy. I guess it's not bad in stats, but not digging it really. Kind of the basic stuff you would expect from the master ability. 10 AoE resistance is good, 10 slash resistance is good, 10 pierce resistance is good. Edward generally is good, so let's look at what he can do. We got more slash and pierce and HP in the kit. You can also get magic and earth resistance if we want, if you want to build into kind of counter matchups that might play with his earth. But I think this is really good and interesting for him, both speed and additional movement. And I think that this is going to be really cool for strike rushdown teams. And then accuracy and defense penetration is always worth considering. Not seeing a bad one there. 100% hit chance on his counter, I think is great. And because of that, I'm just not even going to look at his other counters, especially since, I mean, they do, range isn't really important for them because they trigger off of things, but he has good range on his guaranteed hit counter as well. Also strike, so strike chaining if you're doing strike teams. It is a counter for physical damage only, but again, this kind of plays into strike teams are going to be very versus physical teams, and his resistances play out to that as well. So he can decrease strike resistance for the team. This is going to be really great, again, for those strike teams, that his basic attack decreases strike resistance. Even if people build for strike resistance, and again, it's hard to build much past 25, they're going to have trouble with this. Let's see. Grants the following pawn hit: dispel buffs, dispel haste, dispel physical, magical damage up for 3 turns, and gives him protect for 3 turns. Seems pretty good. It gets upgraded to give him 5% auto restore. Yeah, now that sounds like a pretty good buff. I guess like auto dispel, I don't know. That does seem actually pretty powerful. Like, thinking about Perrine being able to remove protect on her ability and how actually that has come in handy quite a bit. This doing a lot more, I think, is even better. It doesn't necessarily have some of the things that buff does, but it is a good buff. He also has a 100% chance select up to 2 targets. So, whereas, and this is kind of the gimmick that's introduced with the Amnilus, it gets defense penetration before hit 30% for 3 turns. And again, 100% chance, 100% hit chance. We've got pretty good range on it. And this is really going to be great crowd control. The thing I was talking about in the Perrine video is how she is just not good at evasion crowd control. In theory, she has a good guaranteed hit, but just can't do crowd control. Perrine plus Edward is going to work pretty well for that. Let's see. Party buff. Increase AoE resistance. So he's also going to be an AoE resistance buffer, which might allow Perrine to focus on other buffs. Might allow her to get deeper into her kit. Maybe get Shadow Dance more often. But also boosting slash and pierce resistance, which is a commonality between him, Perrine, and his brother. So he can break physical barriers, and then that also gets increased to increase the mod by 60 if they have auto restore. I want to say that's auto revive, but it might be AP restore. I'm not really sure. Earth Killer in the sub job. Magic resistance and spirit, which being able to give that to other people, that's going to be, I mean, look, strike teams just are not going to be good into magic, especially the strike teams with the resistances that this team has. However, 20 spirit and 38% magic resistance is nothing to sneeze at, and being able to get that on your strike team could actually be pretty helpful. In addition to having a really good, really good magic barrier. This is, again, with an upgraded Spellblade I'm not sure that we have. Decreases defense on his LB with a really good range. That's going to be really great for opening people up to other. Again, we don't yet have a magic, well, yeah, we don't really have magic strike. We have strike units that can use magic, and we have magic units that can attack with their hands, but none of that is magic-based strike. We're getting some Strider, so this is another opportunity to boost spirit even higher. The attack boost is actually really helpful. Also getting Tiger Maw. No, Perrine, you are not in this video. I said Tiger Maw, which is pretty good. Good range, AoE skill, 2 solid debuffs on it. And also Courage Remove and Barrier Break. So he really got a lot of good stuff out of Strider. And even on an all-strike team, one thing that I've been thinking about is how you can get units in there that also, just in case, somehow, someone builds for strike resistance, you could have alternate damage types. You know, thinking about Slime and Zisa can take advantage of Clairvoyant Astrologer, which is probably a good rainbow card for strike teams. But also getting access to Armor Piercer, being that big AoE move that decreases defense, which, you know, just like I mentioned with his LB, is going to be generally beneficial for strike teams. I'm just not sure I'm into Spellblade, especially since the damage moves aren't really going to be great for him, even if they give him Earthkiller. He has the potential to kind of become a tank, but, you know, Noctis has more potential for magic than this guy, and even on Noctis, the skill sucks, so even if it generates hate. So, yeah. What are... You know what? I don't know how to talk intelligently about stats unless I see them in a full build or something. So let's just say that this is Edward, and at this point, you know what? This is its own video. I have to accept that now. This has become its own video. Welcome to Edward, the free unit that any of you can get. Not all of you are going to want to build, but there are definitely some reasons to build him, especially if you are interested in the strike meta.